Yeah. So if you look back along at some of my previous videos, you'll notice that I have made I've made a few videos kind of talking about the Sarah Jane adventures, talking about some of the episodes that sadly never got made due to either changing ideas or the series cancellation. It's a show's sad ending. But you know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. I freaking loved this show. I mean, while I may have only seen the kind of new episodes of Doctor Who, kind of like from 2005 onwards, and I only just started watching Torchwood, aside from Class, I watched every single episode of the show. I remember watching the first episode, and I remember watching the last episode. Because frankly, this was a great show. It was set in the Whoniverse, and yeah, while it was aimed at kind of children and teenagers, it was still a great series. I mean, I've even recently kind of ordered it off. I've ordered it. It's going to be coming the entire series around. Don't judge me. But yeah, this was a great series, and I'm just going to say I loved it. So I've combed, kind of do what everyone else is doing. I've combed through kind of 27 episodes, what I thought of them, and I'm going to say for you now my top 5. I'll leave a list down below, the full list of the 27 episodes in my personal ranking, just so you can see how the rest of them would have lined up. But yeah, I'm going to show my personal top 5 episodes. At number 5, we have the Series 4 finale, Goodbye Sarah Jane Smith. This was quite a heavy hitter, in that while the show did kind of grapple with some quite adult or older themes, such as abandonment, romance, marriage, all the rest of it, this was one that kind of grappled with letting go. I've heard other YouTubers say this, that ultimately, even though you think you can keep going, at some point you just feel you've got to let go, but also shows kind of the dangers of it. For those who don't particularly know, in this episode from the Series 4 finale, Sarah Jane and co. encounter a fellow alien hunter by the name of Ruby White, and soon Sarah Jane has to kind of face up to the fact that she's getting older and maybe it's time to kind of pass the baton over to somebody else to defend London. However, it soon transpires that Ruby isn't all she seems, and it soon puts Sarah Jane in mortal danger. Yeah, some of the themes in this were kind of really heavy-handed, and I do remember kind of feeling shocked, upset, and kind of heartbroken at some parts of this episode, but then it still had a kind of really good ending that made you feel, yes, pull through. It was still a good one. Anyway, at number 4 we have the Series 2 opener episode, The Last Sontaran. This, due to kind of exams going on with her at the time, this was the last episode to feature Yasmin Page as companion Maria Jackson, and by extension was also Joseph Milson's kind of the last episode of the series regular as Alan Jackson. The basic plot of it, which is kind of like a soft sequel to the Doctor Who Series 4 episodes, the Sontaran Stratagem and the Poisoned Sky, while checking out a radio telescope, Sarah Jane and co. encounter the last survivor of the 12th Sontaran fleet, Commander Karg. And he has kind of set plans in motion to avenge his species, and they ultimately have to stop him, even though Sarah Jane knows just how deadly Sontarans can be, as she encountered them in the kind of classic run of the series. It is quite heavy-handed, and once again it does kind of grapple with knowing when to step away with Maria, but it's one of those episodes that you think, what's the best thing for yourself and for others? And it's a really good episode. I know I've seen most people, they don't rank it that high, but I honestly think it's one of the good ones. At number 3, I have the first series episode, Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane. I personally didn't think this would be that high. When I started this list, I just thought to myself, it's an episode that I can appreciate is good, but I don't know if I consider it that good. Well, you know what? I was wrong. Looking back at the entire series, this is one of the best episodes. You know, for those who don't know, Maria wakes up one day to find everyone has forgotten Sarah Jane Smith, and in her place is a mysterious woman known as Andrea Yates. Luke's gone, Clyde doesn't remember their adventures, and there's nothing to suggest that any of it happened. When she digs deeper, Maria finds that Sarah Jane died falling off a pier, but it soon transpires that it was supposed to be Andrea who fell off that pier, and an evil alien called the Trickster, who became one of the most formidable villains, is behind all this, having swapped the two out, intent on letting a meteor crash into Earth and cause chaos. Yeah, I remember when it first aired, and I was like to myself, well, everyone else was kind of raving about it, and I wasn't sure about it, but you know what? It really is one of the best. I can't deny that. At number 2, I have the Series 4 episode, Death of the Doctor. I mean, okay, we're going into the top 2 here, and the top 2 for me might surprise you, but yeah, I just think these are just fun episodes, and ultimately that's what the series was good at, fun. For Death of the Doctor, Sarah Jane, Clyde and Rani are called up to a unit base, seemingly for the Doctor's funeral, along with classic series companion Jo Grant, now known as Jo Jones, and her grandson Santiago. Which, the ceremony is being overseen by these vulture-like creatures called the Shan-Sheath, but it soon transpires that the Doctor is not dead, and the Shan-Sheath and a unit officer have far bigger plans for Sarah Jane and Jo. This to me just felt fun, and slotting in the 11th Doctor with this one, Matt Smith, it really did feel like a good, fun episode, even though some parts of it were surprisingly dark, especially again around the funeral. It's still a good, fun episode. And especially the ending, which is kind of heartfelt, like, are they going to die, are they not? Are the villains going to succeed? It keeps you on tenterhooks, and it's a really good one. And from that, my number 1 episode, from my personal viewpoint of the entire series, was the Series 3 episode, The Wedding of Sarah Jane Smith. This one, like the Death of the Doctor, had another kind of surprise appearance, this time by 10th Doctor actor David Tennant, who, just that classic moment at the end of part 1 of, if anyone has any reason why these two may not be married, let them speak now, or forever hold their peace. Stop this wedding now! That to me is just a classic moment in the whole of the show, and seeing the Trickster back in what would kind of unfortunately be his final role in the series, he's just brilliant here, and slotting in the 10th Doctor, like with the 11th Doctor in Death of the Doctor, this is just, it makes for some great moments, some kind of great chemistry between the Doctor, the kids, and Sarah Jane, and it does kind of provide Sarah Jane with a very difficult choice that ultimately she has to make. And yeah, as I said, I'll leave a full link, well, not a link, I'll leave a full list down in the description of all the episodes in my ranked order, but yeah, for me, the best one for me was The Wedding of Sarah Jane Smith, and I'm not going to be shifted on it. I might change my mind in time, but you know what, I thought it was best. Anyway, I still enjoy the series. There's nothing more to really say about that. So, until next time, see ya.